Okay, so get this. Imagine like scrolling through your phone and then it folds in half to fit in your pocket.
Yeah.
It's not a futuristic movie.
No.
It could be reality thanks to this new material.
Right.
It's sending shockwaves through the scientific community.
Yeah, it's a brand new alloy
Okay.
called TL-CAR, and it's causing a stir.
Yeah.
There's a paper in Nature.
Wow, nature.
Yeah, a really big deal.
Yeah, so we're taking a deep dive into this TL car
Yes.
to figure out what makes it so special, how it could like change how we build everything from everyday gadgets to like spacecraft.
Totally.
Maybe even like answers this like the material of the future.
Yeah, let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What exactly is TL-CAR?
Yeah.
It's a shape memory alloy, which might sound kind of sci-fi,
Right.
but it's a real thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shape memory. Does that mean like it can magically change its shape?
Kind of.
Okay.
Shape memory alloy can remember its original shape and return to it even after being like bent or twisted.
Okay.
Think of it like I guess like a rubber band but made of metal.
Yeah, okay.
And this TL-CAR,
Yeah.
it's kind of a shape memory superstar.
The superstar. Okay. I'm really intrigued now.
Yeah.
What makes it so special?
It's a remarkable combination of properties.
Okay.
First of all, it's incredibly strong.
Okay.
The research shows it has a specific strength about twice that of other lightweight shape memory alloys.
So stronger than steel, but much lighter.
You got it.
Okay.
This alloy has a density of 4.36 ekche one another 3 and 3, which is lower than most titanium alloys.
Right.
So this makes it incredibly lightweight,
Okay.
perfect for things like airplanes or even spacecraft where every ounce matters.
Less weight, less fuel.
Exactly.
Good for the environment and wallets.
Exactly.
I like where this is going.
And then there's its superelasticity.
Okay.
This alloy can withstand over 7% strain and bounce right back,
Oh.
exceeding even the current top commercial knee-tight alloys.
So it's like a super-powered rubber band that can bend and twist without breaking.
Right.
I'm starting to understand why people are calling this a game changer.
Exactly.
Okay.
This unique combination of strength, lightness, and elasticity makes it incredibly versatile.
So, but what makes it tick?
Right.
How does a metal like remember its shape?
Yeah.
That sounds like something straight out of a magic show.
It's not magic,
Okay.
but it is pretty fascinating.
Okay.
It all boils down to a reversible phase transformation
Okay.
that happens within the alloy's crystal structure.
Okay. Got it.
Think of it this way. The atoms inside the metal
Mm-hmm.
are arranged in a very specific orderly pattern.
Okay.
We call this the B2 structure.
Okay. So the atoms are all lined up like soldiers in formation.
Exactly.
Okay.
But when you apply stress to the alloy,
Yeah. Yeah.
it causes the atoms to shift into a different arrangement.
Right.
This is called a B19 martensite structure.
Okay.
This is what allows the alloy to bend or deform.
So the stress makes the soldiers break formation.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
And here's the incredible part.
Okay.
When you remove the stress,
Yeah.
the atoms snap back into their original B2 structure,
Okay.
and the alloy returns to its original shape.
Oh, okay.
It's like they remember where they're supposed to be.
It's like a built-in reset button?
Exactly.
That's wild. No wonder this is causing such a stir in the scientific community.
And what's even more remarkable is that this transformation happens between ordered structures,
Okay.
unlike in many other titanium-based alloys.
Right.
The researchers believe this contributes to TL-CAR's exceptional strength.
They didn't just bend it back and forth.
Right.
How did they actually figure all of this out at the atomic level?
They use some seriously sophisticated techniques like in situ neutron diffraction and transmission electron microscopy.
Right.
It's basically like using extremely powerful microscopes
Okay.
to watch the atoms move and rearrange themselves in real time.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So we've established that tile cray is strong, lightweight, super elastic.
Right.
But I'm curious, over what kind of temperature range can it actually perform these shape-shifting tricks?
Yeah. And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, so before we get into the temperature stuff,
Okay.
I need you to remind me again. What is a phase transformation?
Right.
You said that's what's going on
Yeah.
inside the alloy
Yeah.
to make it shapeshift.
You're right. We can't just like breeze over that. Imagine you have a tray of ice cubes.
Okay.
That's one phase of water, solid.
Right.
You heat them up, they melt into liquid water.
Right.
A different phase. Heat that further, it becomes steam, yet another phase.
Yeah.
Each phase has completely different properties, even though it's still H2O.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when tile changes shape, its atoms are basically just rearranging themselves into a different phase with
Quote.
different properties,
Yeah.
but it's still the same material.
Exactly. And what makes T-alkali so special is that this phase transformation is reversible and happens at a very specific temperature range. We're talking about a huge Shackle operational range. From a frigid 4.2 Kelvin, which is almost absolute zero,
Wow. Colder than the surface of Pluto.
all the way up to a scorching 400 Kelvin.
Okay.
That's hotter than the inside of your oven.
So this material can keep its shape-shifting powers in the extreme cold of deep space
Yeah,
and the intense heat of a running engine.
exactly.
Are you serious? That
Yeah.
seems almost impossible.
It's remarkable, isn't it?
Right.
And to put that into perspective, the typical commercial Ni-Ti alloys, the ones we use now for things like medical implants and eyeglasses,
Yeah.
usually only work between 273 and 303 Kelvin.
Okay.
So this T-alkali's operational temperature range is about 5 times wider.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand why scientists are freaking out about this stuff.
Yeah.
But there's something else in the research paper that caught my eye. Negative temperature dependence.
Ah, yes.
What in the world does that mean?
This is where things get a bit mind-bending, even for us scientists.
Okay.
You see, with most shape memory alloys, the force needed to trigger that phase transformation, make it change shape,
Yeah,
increases as the temperature rises.
that makes sense to me.
Right.
Think about like a piece of metal. It's easier to bend when it's hot.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But Tan-Altree throws us a curveball.
Okay.
Below 200 Kelvin.
Yeah.
The force needed to trigger the transformation actually decreases as the temperature drops.
Wait, so it's easier to trigger the shape-shifting at lower temperatures?
Yes.
That seems completely backwards.
It's counterintuitive, isn't it? The researchers believe this peculiar behavior is related to the alloy's lattice dynamics, which basically describes how the atoms vibrate within the crystal structure.
Okay, so those atoms are doing some kind of funky dance in the cold that makes the alloy more responsive?
Exactly.
But why is this negative temperature dependence such a big deal?
It's crucial for that super wide operational range we talked about. If the transformation stresses increased as the temperature dropped, like they do in other alloys, T-alkali would eventually lose its shape-shifting abilities at those super low temperatures.
So this backwards behavior is actually what makes it so incredibly versatile.
Exactly.
This is why I love science. It always keeps us on our toes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's not get too lost in the weeds here.
Okay.
Remember, all of this incredible science leads to some truly amazing potential applications.
Yeah.
Are you ready to dive into those?
You bet. This is the part I've been waiting for.
Okay.
Give me the rundown. How could T-alkali actually change the world?
Well, as we touched upon earlier, the possibilities are vast.
Okay.
We're talking about potential applications that span across numerous fields, from the depths of the ocean to the vastness of space.
All right, let's start big space exploration.
Okay.
How could this alloy be useful in space?
Think about the extreme conditions spacecraft have to endure.
Right.
Scorching heat on one side, freezing cold on the other, and constant bombardment by radiation. T-alkali's strength, lightness, and wide operational temperature range make it ideal for building lightweight and durable components that can handle those harsh conditions.
So we're talking lighter and stronger spacecraft that can withstand more extreme environments.
Exactly.
What would that mean for space exploration?
It could open up new frontiers. Imagine building spacecraft that can travel further, explore harsher environments like Venus or the moons of Jupiter, and carry larger payloads.
Wow.
T-alkali could be a major factor in pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space.
That's amazing. Okay, what about down here on Earth?
Sure.
What kind of, like, earthly problems could this alloy help us solve?
Let's dive into the ocean.
Okay.
The deep sea is one of the most extreme environments on our planet, with crushing pressures and frigid temperatures.
Right.
Building equipment that can operate reliably in those conditions is a huge challenge.
Right, we're talking about submersibles, underwater robots, and all sorts of other cool gadgets.
Exactly.
So how could T-alkali help?
Imagine building submersibles with hulls that are lighter and stronger, allowing them to dive deeper and withstand greater pressures.
Okay.
Or deep-sea robots
Yeah.
with flexible, shape-shifting arms that can manipulate delicate objects in the ocean depths.
So it's not just about building tougher submersibles.
Right.
It's about giving them new capabilities, like
Yeah.
being more nimble and adaptable to their surroundings.
You're getting it.
Yeah.
But the potential doesn't stop there.
Okay.
Remember, this alloy is also biocompatible,
Right.
meaning it can be safely used inside the human body.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned medical devices earlier.
Yeah.
What kind of, like, medical breakthroughs could we see with TL-CAR?
Imagine stents that can expand and contract to adapt to blood flow,
Okay.
or implants that can move with the body's natural movements, minimizing wear and tear.
Those sound like huge improvements over, like, current implants. Are
Yep.
there any other medical applications?
This alloy's strength and flexibility could also revolutionize surgical instruments, leading to more precise and less invasive procedures. Imagine tiny, shape-shifting instruments that can navigate through the body with incredible accuracy.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It seems like TL-CAR could lead to a future where medical procedures are safer,
Yeah.
more effective, and less traumatic for patients.
Precisely.
Wow.
And those are just a few of the potential applications we're looking at.
Right.
The possibilities are truly vast.
Okay.
Now, don't forget about everyday technology.
Okay, so we talked about space exploration, deep sea exploration, even medical devices.
Right.
But what about those of us who aren't astronauts or deep sea divers or surgeons?
Yeah.
How could this TL-CAR affect our everyday lives?
That's where things get really fun.
Okay.
Imagine a world where your phone can fold in half to fit in your pocket or unfold into a tablet-sized screen.
Foldable phones already exist though, right?
Yes, but they're still quite delicate and prone to damage.
Yeah.
With TL-CAR, you could have a truly durable, foldable phone that could withstand the wear and tear of daily use.
So no more cracked screens.
Yeah.
I'm already sold.
Right. Think about flexible displays that can wrap around surfaces, creating immersive gaming experiences, or interactive dashboards in cars,
Wow.
or wearable electronics woven into fabrics, constantly monitoring your health and fitness.
It's like technology would become seamlessly integrated into our lives.
Exactly.
No more clunky gadgets.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And let's not forget about antennas.
Okay.
Imagine antennas that can change shape to optimize signal reception in different environments,
Right.
leading to faster, more reliable wireless communication.
So we're talking faster internet, better phone reception.
Yeah.
Maybe even the end of those pesky dead zones.
Yeah, you got it.
That's great.
But beyond these specific applications, there's a bigger picture to consider.
Right.
TL-CAR is a signpost pointing towards a future where we can engineer materials with properties that were once thought impossible.
We touched on this earlier. I think it's worth repeating. We're not just talking about a new material.
No.
We're talking about a paradigm shift in how we think about material science.
Exactly.
Okay.
For centuries, we've been limited by the materials nature provides.
Right.
We've had to work within those constraints.
Yeah.
But with advances like TL-CAR, we're entering an era of engineered materials.
So instead of just finding new materials, we're actually learning to create them.
Precisely. We can design materials from the atomic level up to meet specific needs.
Wow.
Imagine self-healing structures that can repair damage on their own,
Okay.
or buildings that can change their shape to adapt to different weather conditions.
It's like stepping into a science fiction novel.
I know.
But this is real science. Or...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
TL-CAR is a testament to how far we've come in our ability to manipulate matter at the atomic level.
Right.
And it's just the beginning. Who knows what other incredible materials are waiting to be discovered or created?
It's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities.
I know.
But let's bring it back down to earth for a moment.
Okay.
What are the real-world challenges of working with a material like this?
Right.
Is it as simple as just swapping out steel or aluminum for TL-CAR?
That's a great question. While TL-CAR holds immense promise, there are still hurdles to overcome.
Right.
Cost is a big factor.
Yeah.
Right now, the production processes for this alloy are relatively expensive compared to traditional materials.
So it's a classic cost versus benefit dilemma?
Exactly.
The amazing properties come with a hefty price tag?
For now, yes. But as research progresses and production scales up, the cost will likely come down, making it more feasible for widespread use.
Right. That makes sense. Are there any other challenges?
Durability is another area that needs further investigation.
Okay.
While TL-CAR shows impressive strength and elasticity in the lab, we need to understand how it performs under real-world conditions over long periods.
So we need to put it through its paces. See how it holds up to wear and tear, fatigue, and all the other challenges materials face in the real world.
Exactly. But these are not insurmountable challenges. With continued research and development, I'm confident these hurdles can be overcome.
Well, I'm certainly excited to see what the future holds for TLCAR and the world of engineered materials.
Yeah,
It feels like we're on the verge of a technological revolution.
I agree. And who knows, maybe one day we'll look back at this moment and realize that TL car was just the tip of the iceberg, the first glimpse into a future where materials can do things we never thought possible.
So to wrap things up, what's the key takeaway for our listeners today?
I think the main takeaway is this. We're living in a remarkable time for science and technology. We're moving beyond the limitations of the natural world and into an era where we can create materials with unprecedented properties and capabilities.
Right.
And that opens up a world of possibilities limited only by our imagination.
It's a future that's both exciting and a little bit daunting. But one thing's for sure, it's a future worth paying attention to. So keep your eyes open, stay curious, and never stop exploring. And thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of T.L. Kalir. Until next time, keep learning.